Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Boku no Hero Academia Chapter 219. I'm excited to get into reading this one. Last time we got introduced to some new potential, probable arc villain characters that I'm really excited about. Because arc villains that show up and then are defeated in an arc, and you have your main overarching villains, but you have these arc villain groups that show up every couple arcs. I really like those in shonen, and there, other than the Shie Hasaikai, there haven't really been those. And I guess Gentle counts too, but there haven't really been those, particularly in Boku no Hero Academia. So I feel like that's one thing to throw in here that makes the series so much better and so much more enjoyable. And it fits really well with where we are in the story, where the characters now have their provisional licenses, so we can have the students, and of course probably the pro heroes they're working with, but we can have the students going up against these villain characters, and they can get some of that real experience before we move on to the next stage of the story. So I think they're coming in at a good place. They're Destro's kind of disciples, people who have taken on his sort of quirk liberation beliefs. And then at the very end, after Todoroki and Bakugo, we didn't get to see their final exam, but I don't think that matters that much. But when they were on their way back with All Might, they end up seeing some crime taking place and jump into the fray. So we're going to get to see their first heroic emergency provisional duties here, I guess. So it looks like All Might's holding back a crowd. Holy crap, it's All Might. Holy crap. Bring down the purse-snatching villain. We have Todoroki. There's wallets and bags. And then he sends a huge wall of ice. You can't just steal people's things like that. Chapter 219. Go. Sliding go. Okay. Alright, hold on. Getting into the... Okay, here we are. Cocky little punk. You think a little ice would be enough to make me surrender? Me of all people? We thoroughly investigated the patrol patterns for this area. All for today's big operation. Also, we could strike during holiday season at the end of the year. We spent an entire month preparing. Okay. We waited for that one moment where we'd have the most sitting ducks, and the heroes weren't around, and that's right here, right now. Get a job, asshole, says Bakugo. Unfortunately for you, we're putting a stop to your plan. Unfortunate. That's where you're wrong, high schoolers. School children are all so naive. Listen up. I can control carbonated water, and I live for thrills. And I've got a hell of a lot more resolve than a couple of passing schoolboys. There's a translator's note. The word he uses for thrills is shigeki, I think that says, is really small text, which could also mean stimulus, in the physical sense of shaking up a bottle of soda water so it explodes. Alright, makes sense. And that resolve will allow me to escape with my prize. Okay. And then Bakugo just blows up a bunch of villains. Oh, what's wrong? Your buddy's passed out. I was only trying to stop him, so I was even holding myself back too. Where's that resolve of yours now, eh? I hope you still got some, because you're in for a world of hurt. And he just blasts himself towards the guy. The only one who's going to get hurt is you. And it looks like he starts trying to blast out his soda in a bunch of different streams. Okay. Todoroki dodges one. At least I think that's Todoroki. Oh, you're strong. A little too strong for your own good. It's like a carnival of snow and ice. Miss Snow, and there's just some lady sneaking in to take a picture. This thing looks like it's going to collapse and fall on her. One of the street lights, I think. All Might's rushing in, but Bakugo sees it. He jumps in and blows the light away as All Might tackles the lady out of the way. If you want to die, do it somewhere else, says Bakugo. This is just the best. And the guy is spraying his stuff still at Todoroki while Todoroki's trying to fight back with ice. I guess I've got no choice but to get a little rough with him. He rolls up his sleeve on his left arm. Right? Swelling ice heat wave, and he starts using his flames. Carbonated water goes flat when it heats up, right? And it looks like he sends the guy right back into the wall of ice. You son of a... That's the move you used on Deku during the sports festival, ain't it? Yeah, although I held back compared to then. Are you injured? Hell no, I'm not injured. Okay, so this is actually good. He learned from like what Aizawa was saying when that huge explosion happened, that if the air has been cooled by him using his ice power a lot, he can heat it up and cause an explosion. So it's cool that he's actually incorporated that into his moveset. Hell no, I'm not injured, shithead. You making fun of me? What about that woman? She's fine, damn it. Are you two alright? And All Might's coming with a pro hero. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, you're that bad boy from UA. What's bad here is your vocabulary, asshole. And did you two do all of this? This guy's face. They were stealing bags and belongings of passerby. We've subdued all the assailants that were identifiable to us. As for the stolen goods... Here, and Bakugo collected them. I rounded them up before they were burned to ash back then. Thank you for leading the evacuation, says Todoroki to All Might. You did everything perfectly. That's remarkable. I can't believe you're still only students, and he hugs them. Thank you. You're sure to become top heroes in the future. Aye, Slide and Go. Okay, so his name is Slide and Go. Slide and Go. She'll take care of the rest. And the gauntlets that the soda guy has crack and burst open. Okay. His gauntlets exploded. They did indeed. That's what you get for using inferior black market goods. I wonder if the people who made Bakugo's suit are making goods for the black market, and they just made the cheap knockoff versions of what he's using. Either way, you two were amazing, says All Might. Thanks. Yeah. Now, let's go home. You must be hungry. We need to melt the ice. Don't expect me to help. Okay, now we see this tall building. All of the items we're circulating in the black market are being monitored continuously. If things take a turn for the worse, they'll explode, leaving no evidence behind. We're also collecting tons of valuable combat data. You've certainly got a strong commercial spirit. This will also help further our cause. Ah! So this is really, really smart, because he's the guy that's going into the hero equipment business that makes the specialty clothing with his company. So that totally makes sense that they'd be messing around with the the back alley stuff. It seems they've already arrived. That was quick. This person's their hair. You were the one who said, "Do so at once." Your words are the words of Destro. You should choose them carefully. Right? We tried searching for his client list, but came up empty. According to him, he destroyed them all. Oh, how clever. Okay, it's Giran. This is the mediator supplying equipment to the League of Villains. The broker Giran. There's no mistaking that he's got information on the League. Haha, you serious? This is quite the surprise. I can't believe you were able to sniff me out. I figured whoever it was must have quite a lot of free time on their hands, and what do you know? Out comes the President Baldy from Detnerat. Oh, I also brought it up in the comments of last video, where I was like, that seems like a weird word. It probably spells something backwards. And I was like, torrented? That doesn't make any sense. It's English. If you change the R to an L, it's talented backwards. So, I was onto something. I just didn't think I was onto something. You know, the old man, says Giran, was really pissed off. And I owe a lot to him from way back when I was an upstart in this business. When a legitimate company tries to break into my market, well, how much do you want? Says the guy. Let me tell you something. I never enter into a business relationship with anyone until I get a good look at their face. And I only do business with the guys who strike my fancy. And I'm afraid a guy who would beat me silly and drag me to his lair doesn't make the cut. Whether or not I've got info in the League's irrelevant. I'm not leaking a damn thing to a thug like you. What kind of smuggler would sell out his clients? Why don't you crawl back into your dad's ballsack where you came from? That is a good line, and also actually makes total sense. Yeah, he's a back alley smuggler. Why would he easily sell people out? I think you and I are going to be great friends. What the hell? Approximately 1 month ago, Before the Hero Billboard chart announcement. This is a while back. This can't be. What the hell? It's Gigantomachia. These guys are too weak, and he's holding compress. Spinner is standing there, Toga's collapsed, and Twice is on his hands and knees. Why, All for One? This is terrible. Why? Okay. We know he was devoted to All for One. So, because of that, he might be upset that the League of Villains let him get captured. Also, I'm pretty sure he said, "Everything I do is for the Lord," or something like that, back in the Kirishima flashback, if that really was him. So maybe he views All for One as kind of a god as well. We can call it quits already. Or can we call it quits already? Let's go, round 2. Or Twice. The League of Villains is on the verge of destruction. What the hell? Okay, this was a good shock. I like this. The League of Villains have always been really, really interesting characters. In addition to that, I'm liking this arc villain group. We have President Baldy. I don't know if we even got his real name or if I'm forgetting it. We have the person with the weird hair. I kind of dig the design of the person with the weird hair. And they've kidnapped Giran, who is really being pretty cool here. Other than that, we got Bakugo and Todoroki doing hero stuff. Cool. And we got Sliding Go, who was barely there, yet the chapter's named after him. Kind of reminding me of what One Piece did this week, too, with the chapter named after a character who's not really in it all that much. But, yeah. Either way, I enjoyed it. I had fun reading. I hope you did, too. So like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter and what you thought of my thoughts and reaction to it. Subscribe for more Boku no Hero Academia, both anime and manga, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or talk to you there if you want. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us on Discord, then just ask and I can give you a link to the server. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.